Kidoki. This is video number 3, caring for your suit. What's up guys, Myron here. Welcome to Fursuiting 101 Part 3. This part will be all about caring for your suit, making sure the suit stays beautiful and fluffy for years and years to come. It's a very important part of owning your suit because you don't want to spend thousands of dollars on a costume just to have it look like garbage in a few months. Now the first thing about caring about your suit is anytime you get out of suit, there are a few things you need to do. The first one is this spray that we talked about in the past video, part 1, which I'll link right up here. You need to use this when you get out of suit. You need to disinfect your suit as soon as you get out. So when you get out of suit, spray down the trouble spots under your armpits and right up in your groin, because that's where you sweat with all the stinkiness. So they're the trouble spots of the problems. You need to get them immediately. You can also put a little bit of spray all over the place just to help things dry out and smell good, but that one's more up to you. Furthermore, when you get out of suit, you should always brush your suit.
Brush your suit! Brush it!
Brushing your suit will actually keep your suit in way better condition. You might notice that it pulls out a few furs, but trust me, if you don't brush your suit, it'll start to clump up, and then if you ever try to brush it to restore it to this nice, factory fresh setting, you'll end up pulling up way more fur than you ever would have with all the other brushing combined. So brush your suit often, brush your suit nicely. I like to use these slicker brushes for long fur. Make sure that you brush backwards. Do not brush this way, brush this way, because then it won't yank out fur. It's very, very important. Learn how to use a slicker brush on a fursuit properly. Very important. For shorter fur, like the stuff on my head, I use a stiff little bristle brush. Much better for shorter fur, has less of a chance of damaging the backing because you can control the bristles much, much better. Another important thing is actually stowing your suit. If you stow your suit or put it into storage, you need to make sure that you do it correctly. If you're gonna hang it up, make sure and use a wide shoulder hanger like this. Now this one actually has a fan inside of it, but it also works wonderful because these wide shoulders make sure that there's not too much pressure on any one part of my bodysuit. Make sure that it doesn't stretch and make sure that it doesn't look nasty after maybe a couple of weeks of hanging. So invest in a nice wide shoulder bodysuit hanger. Now if you choose to store it folded up, make sure you fold it in such a way that nothing is crumpled or wrinkled or being folded over in a weird way. Furthermore, wherever you store it, make sure that it is out of the sun, out of the heat, in a nice dark, cool place that's not damp. This is important because if it's damp, you could have stuff growing in it, and if it's hot or sunny, the sun can fade the color in the fur, and the heat can actually make it get all wavy and crinkly, and in some cases even slightly soften the fur so that it sticks together. It's really not good. So you gotta make sure that's in a nice climate-controlled environment. Usually a dark closet will work wonderfully. Furthermore, if your suit is sweaty or damp after washing or something like that, don't store it in a box or anywhere that's not breathable. If you store your suit with sweat or water or other crap in it, it will grow mold. Your suit will be totally out of order. You will not be able to fix it. Don't do it. Make sure your suit is dry before you store it anywhere for any long period of time. Now another thing is when you're brushing your suit or when you're disinfecting your suit or whenever you're washing your suit, check for holes, check for seam pops, check for all this stuff. When a seam pop is this big, very easy to fix. When your seam pop is this big, very, very hard to fix. So check them often because you never know when one might open up, and it's much easier to fix a smaller one. The last thing I'm going to talk to you about is washing your suit. Please wash your suit. Wash it. Washing your suit actually helps extend its life because your sweat has lots of acids, lots of bases, lots of salts, lots of garbage in it, and your sweat will actually start to break down the suit material. So if you leave excessive amounts of sweat in your suit for long periods of time, it can actually cause a lot of damage to your suit. So what I do personally is after wearing it maybe 3 or 4 times for a long period of time, or after a long convention weekend, I will wash my suit. I've had my suit for about a year now. I think I've washed it at least 6 or 7 times, and it's very important to do so. When you do it, use the correct detergent. What I use is Woolite, which is a wonderful detergent that pretty much the whole fandom uses for anything fursuit related, or basically any detergent that's designed for delicates or things that might be damaged in a washing machine. I'll probably make a video in the future on the specifics of washing your suit, but the gist is, wash it, make sure you dry it before you store it, make sure to brush it while it's drying so that your fur lays nice and flat, and then your suit will be in wonderful condition for a long time. If you follow all these tips and tricks, your suit can last a very long time. But anyway, if you like what I'm doing here, if you like this video and this little tutorial, let me know. Thumbs up, comment, all that fun doodad crap stuff. If you didn't like it, you know what to do. But until the next video or the next time, I've been Myron, and I will see you guys later.